Splashy water slides.
Buckets and bull swish, 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 buckets and bull swish.
Zoo.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Buckets and Bull Swish. I am here with our next guest, Ari Lattin. Again, Ari is dangerous in the paint. He's one of those players that I watch. I have not figured out. I don't think many people have figured him out. But Ari, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm a little tired, but you know, just a long week of work.
You know what? That's the best way to feel for the Fridays. You know what? Or the other possibility is that we're not tired, we don't have a job, and we're not exhausted by the end of the week. That's a whole different amount of frustration that we'd have to deal with.
Well, I would love for me to be not tired and still have a job.
I think that's the secret that most of us are trying to get to in the world.
Yep.
All right, so here's the issue that I want to mention first, right? Like, I look up your name, right? But what is the meaning of your name? Like, Ari, to me, at least in the circles that I'm in, is kind of unique and or different. Does that name have a meaning?
Ari is short for REA, which is Hebrew for lion.
Oh, lion. And you know
Lion.
what? I think that's a good summary of how you are in the paint, man. I don't know how to sit back and deal with that.
Uh, it's not my real name. My real name is actually Aaron.
Oh,
My
really?
legal name is Aaron. Yeah. I don't know how I got the nickname, but people started calling me it when I was younger, and I liked it more. So I like people calling me Ari. I don't like Aaron as
Oh,
much.
okay, okay. Aaron. And you know, there's another Aaron at Tally Day. So now I think
Yes,
the
I do
Ari
know that.
helps. But just
Yeah.
distinguish those situations. Everybody gets to where we are in a different path and a different trajectory, right? But I want to know, like, in terms of basketball, when did you first start playing basketball, right? And where did you learn? Like, where did you develop or fine tune the game that we see at the park today?
Well, I actually grew up playing ice hockey mostly. Um, I always wanted to do what Big Bro wanted to do, so I played ice hockey. He played ice hockey. I think later in life, so I started playing I mean, I've played pretty much every sport since I was young. Not necessarily competitively, but my dad, Midwestern guy, and he kind of is like, "You're playing sports," and um, so I definitely played when I was young. But I probably took it more seriously when I was in high school, I would say, but not like super serious. Like me and my friends played a lot casually. Um, and then I played a little bit in college. I played some intramural. I'd play pickup games. I played a lot of
Yeah.
pickup games at college.
Okay.
Uh, when I got out of school, I didn't play quite as much, but like during my mid 20s, I started playing like a bunch more. I used to play the JCC a lot. Um,
Okay. Okay.
and I'd play there like 3 or 4 times a week. I go on and off between doing that and like other random sports, just because I don't know, I like mixing it up. It's
Yeah.
also good for it's like what they say, like talk about how people used to be, when you were a multi-sport person when you were younger, like you get less injuries. I find that, you take a break from basketball, your knees heal up, your your back heals up a little bit. So right now I'm kind of on the basketball craze though.
Okay. Okay.
Um, as far as how I learned, some of it is silly, but like I just kind of do a lot of stuff, and when stuff works, I kind of do it. Obviously, I'm not like the biggest person, but usually I'm definitely bigger than average. So,
Yeah.
it's always good to post up and learn that. Uh, I work on handles a little bit. A lot of stuff that I do is like if I feel like practicing at all, like there's definitely a lot like the hook shots and some of that stuff I used to practice a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
Um, and it's just like, there's some people who say like they base their game off someone. Like I didn't really do that. I
Okay.
just kind of like saw things that I liked and
Yeah.
incorporated it into my game.
Excellent,
And
excellent. Now, I heard you mention Big Bro, right? So I'm assuming that means you have like a brother. So when it comes to that, did you guys play basketball competitively a lot? And again, he might see this, but who was better back in the day or today?
I would beat him today easy. He doesn't really play. I don't think he plays a huge amount. He actually still plays ice hockey a lot more, right?
Okay.
So, we actually like. It's funny you mentioned that because we played like not recently, but like a year ago.
Okay.
As dumb as it sounds, for our bachelor party, my friends were like, let's rent out a basketball gym because we know you like basketball. So we played basketball for a little bit. And I would say that I'm definitely better now. Growing up, I mean, he's 4 years older than me.
Okay.
So growing up, I'd say he was definitely better most of the time, a lot of the time, at least up until like high school, college level. But we never really played like that much together, so it's hard to know.
Yeah.
We do different things, you know.
You got to stop being humble, Ari. Stand on it. You're better than him. I'll beat him, hands down.
No, I would beat him. I would beat him pretty easily right now. But
Yeah.
that's because he doesn't. He doesn't play nearly as much as I do. Like I said, he plays hockey mostly right now. So he's commented on the couple occasions that we go and play something. He's like, I didn't realize Ari was like good at basketball like this. You know, sometimes. So.
Yep.
I forgot to mention. I also played in like Heyday. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, you're sporting a shirt. I saw that.
Yeah. This is definitely a basketball one. I played
Okay.
some from a couple people with work. I found out there's a couple people who are like serious ballers, like
Yeah.
D3, D2 basketball players. So we played an intramural for a little bit with some people from work and a couple friends that I had. That was fun. And I remember like one of the last seasons, I was like, I'm gonna start shooting threes. And like, there's one game where I made like 3 or 4 of them. So
Okay.
that's more of a thing where like I have to deliberately practice my shooting. If I don't, then I'm usually pretty bad.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So now you kind of mentioned that you played in like kind of the league at like work and everything, right? And you also played in high school. Did you ever play organized ball or leagues or pickup anywhere else before we met you at Tally Day?
Apart from the intramural and like technically I played in Hockessin Athletic Club once.
Okay.
But that was that was awful. We played in so I had these friends that they like basketball, but they're not the most athletic. And I think they were joining a league thinking that it was going to be very chill, but Hockessin Athletic League is definitely not. We were losing really badly, like 30, 40 plus points per game. It was really bad. So, I mean, we had fun because I got to hang out with people. And obviously, I have levels to my competitiveness. I know that when I'm going into this and I'm going into these games, I'm, not trying to win. But I just try to go out there and compete and have fun.
Yeah.
But I definitely do have a competitive edge, I would say.
Okay.
And that also probably helps me improve in basketball too, because I've done a lot. So most of what I've done is like competitive, as dumb as it sounds, competitive gaming. And you'd be surprised at how much like the mentality can help you in other competitive stuff when you're.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this. There are plenty of places to play basketball, right? What keeps you coming back to Tally Day?
Well, it's a combination. I'm not gonna rank in any order, but it's a combination of. It's a good time. Like Saturday morning is usually a pretty good time for me.
Okay.
Obviously I like the guys that play there. I like that I like the courts. Those are probably the best outdoor courts.
Yeah.
That exist in northern Delaware. I mean, I can't say that. I would say in Wilmington at least.
Is there anybody there that's a tough guard for you, right? At Tally Day? That's just like, you know what I mean? Because again, I tell you sometimes, I look at some people like, look, I don't really want to guard. You'll never admit it out loud, but who's that tough guard for you at Tally Day?
And when you say tough guard, you mean someone who I have a hard time stopping?
Hard time
Because
stopping.
there are people I don't want to guard for other reasons. I mean, so Big John's always up there. Obviously, he's up there with everyone. But
Yes.
the biggest thing with him is that I probably barely lack the size to be able to contest any of his shots, really.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
I mean, my best hope. So when he's out in the perimeter, I'm usually pretty good at guarding that. But when he's down low, because like basically when he gets those shots in the perimeter, it's like, are you sleeping? If you're sleeping, he's gonna score, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not the type of person who does that. I mean, obviously, occasionally everyone does it, but the down low thing is like obviously like the further out you are, like
Yeah.
the harder it is for him to hit. But like there's like a certain range where it doesn't matter, it just sprout it goes in, right? And so my only hope, there's two hopes. One is I can keep him occupied long enough so someone will come double him,
Yeah. Yeah.
or like I just battle for position and don't let him get super too close.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's the whole technique. You dispelled my game plan, many people's game plan. It is extremely frustrating, Garden John.
There's literally one guy I've seen who's actually straight up I don't remember his name. The kid can jump, and it's just he blocks everyone. It's like,
Okay. Okay.
but
So again, the next question I have right here, right? Now playing at Tally Day, right? Tally Day comes with a different style of culture of
right.
play, whether it's being physical, competitive, or whatever, right? Did you have any adjustments to sat back and be like, okay, this is what it takes to play at Tally Day? And how difficult was it for you to overcome that?
I think the biggest thing, especially for someone like me, is I don't know if you've ever noticed, I play off the ball like a lot, right? I
Yeah,
run around a lot. I try to do cuts and stuff like that, and I
yeah,
try to get open. And people not knowing where you're gonna be, that's kind of a big thing.
yeah,
Obviously, like when you first go to a new place, like you never know, like okay, can you dribble on this person? Can you post up this person? Like, what are these situations? And for me in particular, like I'm an okay ball handler. I can definitely handle the ball sometimes, but someone who can pressure really well is like not someone I never really usually want to go against.
yeah, yeah. Yep.
So that you have to worry about. And then obviously it's a little bit different. Everything's one. That doesn't matter. That's great for me. Uh
So again, let me ask you this. So we're going to tally day. I know sometimes you usually play fours, right? But let's imagine that first game's usually 3-on-3. We're waiting for people to get there, right? If the people mostly you're familiar with tally day are there, and you get to pick someone for your team, who are you picking to play with first?
people.
Yes, people. Yep.
Um I actually like KC a lot.
Yes.
So one thing that it's actually really funny because we both, I think he knows that I like playing off the ball a lot, and he hits me in the spots, right? And
Mhm.
also because he's just really good. So there's a lot of
Absolutely.
times where he can take over an offense, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll play defense, and it's fine.
Can't go wrong with anything that you mentioned. Both of those are good people to build a team around, and they will complement your style, especially. And sometimes it's really about that. Like if a person knows your style and can complement you, that's who you'll go with first. Excellent pick. Excellent pick. And if I'm not mistaken, KC is going to be on our next episode. So a
Oh,
good shout
nice.
out. Good shout out.
Give him, yeah. I like playing. Basically, I need I like I said before, I'm kind of like a tweener basically when it comes to um pick up basketball. So like I'm not a point guard, but I'm also like not the center a lot of the time.
All right. So let me ask you this. Now, again, I don't even know this answer. Like usually I'm asking questions that I kind of already know, I have an inkling. But Ari, what do you do for a living, man?
I'm a chemist.
Chemist. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And you mentioned you went to college and you were playing intramurals. If you don't mind asking me, what college did you go to get that chemistry background?
Rider University,
Right. Where's that located?
Lawrenceville, New Jersey. It's
Okay.
very close to Ewing, Trenton, Princeton area. It's like 10 minutes from Ewing.
All right, so again, I don't even know how to answer this question if it's going to make any sense, right? But usually I like to find out whether what people do in their profession relates or translates on the basketball court or vice versa, right? I'm gonna ask you anyway, right? But how does chemistry help you on a basketball court and or vice versa?
You know, I don't think anything that I've learned in my field working in chemistry has really helped me play basketball like at all, except for the part where one like a scientific, there can be sometimes a scientific component to basketball or
Yeah.
analytic component. I mean that I would say that can be helpful, but
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I care a lot about. I mean, I don't know as much as I would love to, but I try to like learn a lot of the more complex stuff about basketball, and I'm just looking at positioning and movement. Actually, one thing that bothers me the most is like, yeah, they don't cut, right? Especially off of the double team. I can't tell you how many times I get double teamed and the guy's just like sitting in the opposite corner and I can't see him, you know?
Yep.
So
You know, it's funny having this conversation, how you talk about that. It reminds me of an episode I saw with LeBron, and I think it was his coach, JJ Redick, right? And he was
yeah,
just talking. And one of the things they had in one of the early episodes is like both of them were like livid, furious, just like you were, talking about how they don't understand how there are people in the NBA who don't understand spacing and can do plays. And if they learn how to do it on the right side of the court, it's amazing how many of these NBA players, if you flip it and do it on the left side, they're absolutely confused.
yeah,
So again, the way you look at things, trust me, it's a great advantage. It gives you advantage over so many more. You could probably say skilled players, you know, because they just
yeah,
can't see it.
yeah,
I'm going to go on to the next segment, right?
sure.
And actually, you won't be able to see what I'm doing right here, but I have this game. This is what I mentioned before. I have this segment called This or That, right? Now, you mentioned that you're a Phillies through and through, always
Mhm.
Phillies, Sixers,
Always
100%,
Phillies.
right? So
Sixers,
here's the
Eagles,
thing.
Flyers, Phillies. Yep.
So what I have, is I got a list of players. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call their name out. What you got to do is pick to me which of these two players you actually prefer, right? And then they'll go up against the next person and the next person, right? Um, so we'll sit back and find out what your preferences are from Philadelphia players between this list. I think I got about 15 people right here. All right.
Okay.
So the first two people I'm going to pick, right? JJ Riddick, who I just mentioned,
Oh
or
my God.
Kyle Korver.
Is this just as a player?
Yes, or just your pre. You can actually mention why you prefer them, or you can just be like, "Pff, I just like him better. I like his game better."
It's been a while since I've watched Kyle Korver.
Yeah.
I'll just say JJ for now.
Okay. All right. JJ Redick or Robert Covington.
Robert Covington.
Okay. All right. Robert Covington or Dario Saric.
Robert Covington.
Okay. Robert Covington or Thaddeus Young.
Robert Covington.
Okay. Robert Covington, Lou Williams.
Robert Covington.
Ooh. All right. Robert Covington and Aaron McKee.
Robert Covington.
Oh my God.
I
I
love
think,
the 3D players. I
yeah,
think he was seriously underrated 3D player.
yeah, yeah. All right. I think I might get you to switch right now.
Okay.
Robert Covington or Andre Iguodala?
Oh my! I had to choose Iggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is I'm a huge Arizona basketball fan, so that's where he went to school.
Absolutely. You're right. You're right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, man. I tell you, that was the other generation of AI that we had in Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Andre Iguodala or Drew Holiday?
Andre Iguodala.
All right. Andre Iguodala or Ben Simmons?
I hate Ben Simmons so much right now.
I should have put him first. I'm so sorry.
Ben Simmons, the basketball player. No, he's really frustrating. He would have
Yeah,
been, should have been LeBron. Like,
yeah, yeah. I honestly, I
uh,
think the game was like him too. I agree. Yep.
the dude, and in all honesty, if he had shot 60% from the line, he'd still be in the NBA right now. But
Honestly, I think it's more than that. If he just didn't make that pass, he would
yeah,
still be in NBA
the
today.
reason why he didn't do that though was he was shooting so badly from the line. He was afraid. He was afraid to go up in the basket. That's the
Yeah,
reason why.
yeah, yep.
So, Andre Iguodala still.
Yeah, all right. So Andre Iguodala, Tobias Harris.
Andre Iguodala.
All right. Andre Iguodala or Kyle Lowry.
As
That
a
is
Sixer,
as a Sixer.
oh, then definitely Andre Iguodala.
Okay, you're right. Because Andre had the green light. He could do whatever he wanted. Andre Iguodala or Tyrese Maxey?
Tyrese Maxey.
All right, all right. Tyrese Maxey, Charles Barkley.
I didn't really grow up watching Charles Barkley.
You know, I'm the
I'm a,
same way.
I admittedly I watched NBA significantly more in the early 2000s. Um. Oh yeah, Tyrese Maxey.
Okay. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid.
Now you're gonna make me make the tough decisions.
Yeah.
On one hand, like there's something about Tyrese Maxey's like cheerfulness and just like willing to, kind of defer. On the other hand, Joel Embiid is like one of the biggest what ifs in the world.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
I'll say
surprised
Joel.
he
I'm gonna
played.
say Joel. I'm
Okay,
gonna say
but I said
Joel.
the thing about Joel, I think he plays so gracefully as a big man, right? And then people talk about him being injured. So I like that you switched. I love you switched up. Last but not least, the last one, Joel Embiid and Allen Iverson.
Joel Embiid.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, Ari. Excellent. Now, you know what? I actually thought about adding Jaylen Brown, but we haven't seen him touch a basketball yet.
No, I mean the problem is I've hated Jaylen Brown for however long he's played in the NBA because he's a Celtic.
Yeah, yeah, that's going to be tough for you this year, huh?
No, I'm gonna get over it very quickly. He's a Sixer now,
Absolutely.
so it's fine.
Yeah. So, all right. So I got the PowerPoint up. This segment of the podcast is really about Pass the Rock, right? So
Okay.
again, based off people that you know that play basketball with, right? Who's another player that you would like to see episode or interviewed on that on this podcast, right? And I'll tell you, I want to talk about some successes. Our last episode was Tom Tobin. I'm not sure if you know him, but he played at Centerville. He was recommended. Sherrod was before him, I believe. He was recommended, right? But again, who is a person that you think would be ideal to be on the pod?
I mean, you gotta do like an OG like Mo.
Yes. And you know what? Mo knows. I've reached out to Mo. He told me to sit back, like, not right now. I'm a little busy. Mo, I am still coming. Don't think if you're going to have to say no to me for real for me to stop coming, Mo. But absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I think we should put Mo on here. Let me put the little text in. Mo,
Um,
definitely one of the OGs. But again, we'll stick with Mo. And I just let you know, Mo, we are coming. We're going to put the pressure on you. All right. So again, you're first and the first individual to do it for Tally Day. But the next slide is really what causes the shenanigans on this. Um, wait, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're the first person from Tally Day to do this, but our next slide is what really causes the shenanigans on the parks when you go back for that next week for that competitiveness, and it is the tier list, right? Now, I started off, I put everybody in C tier except for myself. I haven't been there long enough, and my game is horrible. I think I belong in the D tier, right? But what we want to do is we want to right size this tier list, right?
oh
So
man.
if we're to right size this tier list, who are two names that you know and to recognize that you think should either be moved up? I guess it's possible, or some names you'd like to move down.
Oh man, I can't move anyone down.
Hey, I don't want to be down there by myself. Hold on.
Maybe you should have put yourself down there then. Oh, how many tiers are we talking to A tier? B
Well,
tier?
here's the issue. Any move you do, right, is any move you do is considered a move, right? So you can get two or three moves up to you, right? But if you want to move someone to A tier, like if you want to pick it, you can either pick that one person and move them twice, you'd be done.
You have been in there twice, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that like minutes before we were to join the pod.
We'll put one Ben in A tier and one Ben in D tier. How about that?
I like that a lot. Let me see.
I don't know. I feel like Big John's got to be one of the OG top tiers, right?
Yeah, yep. So you want to start
And
the movement of and I got him as Jay Smooth, moving
okay,
him up one, or you want to move him up two?
yeah, let's just move him up one for now.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Am I doing this whole tier list by myself? Is that what it is?
No, no, no.
No input
Just
from
two
you?
moves. Just two
Just
moves,
two
right?
moves?
So again, you can do two or three, but just a couple of moves.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
on
move
the
Casey
next
up.
person.
I think Casey is the other person I would move up.
Oh, okay, okay. Casey,
Yeah.
agreed. He'll love to see himself moved up on the next episode.
Well, that just means if he watches this, he needs to give me a shout out there.
Yep, yep. All right. Now, I think for a little bit, I was thinking about moving Ben, but I'm going to erase that. Unless you do want to move him.
No, that was a joke mostly.
Yeah.
I do like Ben though.
He's a great player. He's a great
Yeah.
kid too, man. Like it's so funny to sit back and have. There aren't too many, in my mind, there aren't too many people that can sit back and mesh well with the community of Tally Day that plays on Saturdays when we gather. And Ben is just a great kid. I've seen him play with the people his age, seen him play with us. Awesome personality. I might want to get Ben in the pod as well.
Oh yeah, he'd be nice.
All right. Any other moves, or you think you're good? Take the pressure off of you.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Now what? You got to do 2 moves, right? Is that how
Oh
that
no,
works?
no. You know what? I'm just the host. That allows me to
Oh,
not
okay.
get beat up when I go to all these courts.
Got it. Got it.
All right. So excellent, excellent. Let me clear this and then move on. I actually think we're done with this, right? So again, we've done all the stuff I got planned for this, man. Let me ask you, is there anything, any final words or something that I didn't ask you that you would like to share and end this pod for our viewers with?
I can't think of much. Um, I love the opportunity to be able to play with, the great community that we have there.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad that everyone kind of, accepts me in there. Um, it can be tough to find pickup games. So, other than that, I look forward to playing more games and
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, man. All right, it has been a pleasure to sit back and get to know you. I hope everyone has sat back and learned a little bit more about what's going on with you. Thank you for helping us end out and finish out another episode of Buckets and Bull Swish.
Thank you.